Jason George, Wildlife Adventure. In this episode, we join Georgian Bay Forever and Wasaga Beach Climate Action Team.
So obviously we're here to pick up garbage and trash. So a lot of human waste ends up in our environment, which can harm a lot of wildlife, animals, and eventually us, or pollute our water systems, right? So one of the main ones that we're worried about at Georgian Bay Forever is plastic waste, because it really doesn't break down like other things. Plastic in the environment can last for hundreds and hundreds of years. So a water bottle that you throw out is still gonna be there thousands of years from now. And that can really impact our environment by either harming things like fish. They can get tangled up in fishing line or swallow little bits of plastic. That can hurt them directly. It also will actually break down into smaller pieces of plastic, which then gets into our drinking water. And it actually gets incorporated into our bodies and our cells. We're actually finding microplastic particles in humans now. So those are kind of the biggest issues that we have with plastic waste, and why we're out here today kind of picking it up. Is there any questions about plastic or waters? Yeah?
How does our water end up with plastic in it?
How does it end up with it in it? Well, one of the easiest ways is somebody just throwing something out. So if you're on a boat and you drop something out in the water, it's going to be there. The other way is obviously it's very windy today. You blow off the land out of landfills, or if you throw it on the beach, it can end up in the water. And also just going down through rivers. So just like how our water flows in a watershed, that water can pick up that garbage or pollution, and it'll end up into our lakes and oceans at the end. Does that make sense? Yeah, and then, like I said, those plastic bottles can actually be broken up by waves, wind, being smashed against rocks and go into the smaller particles. We're actually finding now that every single fish that's sampled in the Great Lakes has detectable microplastics in it. So if you're eating fish from the Great Lakes, that means you're also eating a little bit of plastic. So
Whoa!
that's not good for us.
So we got to pick up a lot of plastic stuff then, okay?
That's the goal.
Anyone else have any other questions? Do you have a question, Cody, or no?
We will have a joint aware. Joint aware.
Interesting one, because they will eat plastic too. A lot of them are filter feeders, so they take in a lot of water and actually filter out for those smaller particles. So they actually can accumulate a lot more plastics than, say, some other animals. Yeah, and plus, whales are one of those charismatic species that everybody wants to care about. But even like tiny little fish, they'll eat a small piece of plastic and then they'll get eaten by a bigger fish, they'll get eaten by a bigger fish, and then they'll get eaten by a whale. And so that's what we call bioaccumulation. So you end up with more plastic in those bigger animals.
One of the cool things about the JGP Prowl is the way that the group works together and supports each other. Most of these kids don't know each other and only really see each other for these events. But it's awesome the way that they get together, even if it's their first event or they're repeat prowlers. It's so amazing to watch. If you're looking or you want to join and you want to learn more, please leave a comment or contact me. Please check out some of the other things I do, like write books or have a sod sauce. But the JGP Prowl is getting pretty big, and the news stopped by to interview some of the members, and you can see them on Baywatch. Oh.
Try again.
Yeah, try again, Cody. You're good. There you go, buddy. Good job. Hunter, you want to drop yours in there, bud? Bless you. Bless you. Bless you. Oh, I heard a fork in there.
That wasn't a fork, that was a metal rod.
Oh, the metal. Okay.
Lots of bottle caps.
Lots of bottle caps. Nice. Okay, that's nice of you to look out for your sister like that.
Said I can she'll play with me for 1 minute every metal bottle cap.
So the goal of today was to find bottle caps. Thank you, Brian Davies, for the nice picture. Yeah, this goes.
Yes.
Nice. Whoa. The JGP decided that they wanted to give some thank you cards to the Georgian Bay Forever and Wasaga Beach Climate Action Team, so they're busy signing them. And since it's Cody's first event, he had to get his membership package.
So we also have membership packages. So you can either choose one of these hats or one of these bags. Which one would you like? You want one of the bags?
Dang it, put it next to
You pick one of the bags. Which bag do you want? That one? Okay. So this one's now yours, Cody. It's a dry bag. And then there's a whole bunch of cool things inside it. And here's a knife and fork for you.
The other boys picked their membership packages at the owl pellet dissection that you can check out on my YouTube video. And people who are not at this event, they'll get there at either the Georgian Bay Humane Society or one of the other events that we do and they show up at. So now that we've picked up the garbage has to be bagged, weighed, and this is actually kind of fun as I'm watching Nicholas weighing them, and I was like, what's going on? And so that thing in his hand is actually weighing the bag. So I try to step in closer, and the bag slips, and Nicholas almost tries to punch me. But it's sort of like a luggage suitcase weigher. And now you know how much that bag of garbage is.
My group wanted to give you a little, like, thank you for just a little card. Like a little thank you.
The day is coming to an end, and it's amazing that in 2 hours, 120-ish volunteers picked up so much garbage. We ended up picking up around 240 pounds of garbage. That's about 5 pounds more per hour that this group did than last year. That's amazing. And if you weren't here this year or last year, please look out for joining us in 2026 for a beach day cleanup. It should be
We're out
fun.
here doing our shoreline cleanup, and one of the great ways you can help out is downloading our new app, LitterLotto. It's being launched for the first time in North America, and it's a great way to incentivize picking up trash. You can enter to win by taking a picture of your hand, piece of garbage, and the garbage can all in one frame, and then you upload that picture, and that's a chance to win $50 a week for this year. And there's also a $500 global prize that's every month. So when you're talking about the $50 prize, that's everyone within the Georgian Bay watershed is eligible that enters, and $500 is for everybody in the world that enters. So that's who you're competing with.
Cool.
Cool about it,
that you get to make like prizes and stuff.
right? Would it make you want to like recycle and take care of your trash a little better?
Yeah,
Why?
because I don't know, it's just fun to, I guess, learn stuff.
Well, I hope that you've enjoyed this episode and that you like, share, and subscribe this to your friends and family. Until next time, stay safe, have fun, and keep enjoying the wildlife.